Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are heading into the fog and madness of a film that is practically guaranteed to mess with your head, Martin Scorsese's 2010 masterpiece, Shutter Island. It's a movie that, even now, still has people arguing about what was real. You know, this line, it just sticks with you, doesn't it? Long after the credits roll, it's both a promise and a threat, and it perfectly sets the tone for the trap that's about to be sprung. When Shutter Island first came out, it wasn't just another trip to the movies. Oh no, it was this intricate puzzle box that left everyone questioning every single thing they'd just seen, debating every scene, every line. Well, that's what we're here to do. In this explainer, we are going to unravel the truth behind Ashcliff Hospital, piece together the identity of its most dangerous patient, and really dig into the cinematic magic that makes this film's twist so darn unforgettable. So let's start where the film does, on a ferry, cutting through some seriously thick fog, on our way to what seems like a simple missing persons case. So on the surface, the whole thing kicks off like a classic detective story. The year is 1954. You've got U.S. Marshal Teddy Daniels and his brand new partner Chuck arriving on this creepy island to find a patient who basically vanished from a locked room. But right away, something feels off. The whole atmosphere is just thick with suspicion. The guards are tense, and the head psychiatrist, this Dr. Cawley, he definitely seems to be hiding something. It's a perfect film noir setup. But here's the thing. What we're watching, that's not the real story. Not even close. This timeline here, this reveals the gut-wrenching truth. The whole investigation is actually this incredibly elaborate role play, a last-ditch radical therapy for a man who's built an entirely new identity to escape a past that is just too horrible to face. And this whole elaborate therapy, this whole fantasy, it's all built around one central mystery. Who exactly is the hospital's 67th and most dangerous patient? So Teddy Wright, he's convinced he's on the island to hunt for a patient named Andrew Lattice, the man he believes murdered his wife. But what's so brilliant is that every clue he follows, every secret he thinks he's uncovering, it doesn't lead him to some other guy. It just keeps leading him right back to himself. And this is just genius. Scorsese literally hides the answer in plain sight, right there in the names. Our hero detective, Edward Daniels, is an anagram of Andrew Lattice, and the missing patient he's looking for, Rachel Solando, is an anagram of his dead wife, Dolores Channel. His entire reality, this fiction he's living in, is built from the shattered pieces of his real life. And this is the twist, the big one. The man we've been following, the hero we've been rooting for, Teddy Daniels, he doesn't exist. He is a persona, a complete fabrication created by Andrew Lattice, patient number 67. And why? To cope with the unimaginable trauma of his wife drowning their 3 children and then him, in his grief and rage, murdering her. The entire movie we've been watching is this delusion playing out, one final, desperate attempt by his doctors to force him back to reality. So you might be asking, how in the world did Scorsese make this delusion so convincing, so terrifying? How did he manage to fool pretty much all of us? Well, the answer lies in his absolute mastery of filmmaking. I mean, Scorsese is like a walking encyclopedia of film history, and you can feel him pulling from a deep well of influences here. There's the nail-biting suspense of Alfred Hitchcock, the doomed detective you see in classic film noir, and even that atmospheric dread from old-school 1940s horror producers like Val Lewton. The whole feeling that the world itself is off, that it's warped, that even echoes early German expressionist films like The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. And look, the visuals are one thing, but the sound is absolutely crucial to selling this madness. Scorsese's longtime collaborator, music producer Robbie Robertson, made a bold choice. He decided against a traditional score. Instead, he curated this incredible soundscape using existing modern classical music. And the result is, well, it's deeply unsettling. So yeah, Robertson built this soundtrack that basically mirrors Andrew's fractured mind. You get the dissonant, absolutely terrifying strings of Penderecki, the eerie, otherworldly atmospheres of Ligeti, the jarring, unpredictable sounds of John Cage, all mixed in with these beautiful, mournful themes from Max Richter. It's a huge part of what makes the film feel like a waking nightmare. Okay, so the twist hits us like a ton of bricks. But just when you think it's all over, the film drops one last line on us. One final, absolutely devastating question that has become one of the most debated endings in modern movies. So Andrew Lattice, he seems totally clear, completely lucid. He turns to his doctor, the man who's been playing his partner, And he asks this question. And then he just calmly gets up and walks with the orderlies, knowing he's going to be lobotomized. It just leaves you stunned. And this gets us to the heart of the film's big debate. Has Andrew really relapsed back into his Teddy Daniels delusion, or is he sane? And is he consciously choosing a lobotomy to escape the memory of what he's done? What's so fascinating is that even the people closest to the project don't agree. The movie's psychiatric advisor, a doctor named James Gilligan, he's convinced that Andrew is sane in that final moment. He believes Andrew is choosing a kind of suicide because he just can't live with the guilt. But Dennis Lehane, the guy who wrote the original book, he sees it differently. He thinks it's just one last fleeting moment of clarity before the madness swallows him up again. And the film, brilliantly, never tells us who's right. And really, it's that ambiguity, that impossible choice, that cemented this film's legacy. It's what drove both its incredible box office success and its lasting place in pop culture. And boy, was it a success. At the time it was released, this film was a massive hit. It pulled in $41 million on its opening weekend alone, which was Martin Scorsese's biggest opening ever. And get this, on a pretty modest budget of $80 million, Shutter Island went on to gross almost $300 million worldwide. I mean, that's just a gigantic hit, and it proved that audiences were completely captivated by its dark, twisted mystery. So all these years later, Shutter Island stands as this incredible testament to the power of atmosphere, of unreliable storytelling, and, of course, a gut-punch ending that makes you rethink absolutely everything you just saw. It doesn't just entertain you, it genuinely haunts you. And that really leaves us with one last kind of chilling thought, doesn't it? The film presents this awful choice: face an unbearable reality or retreat into a comforting lie. And it forces you to ask yourself, if you had the chance to erase your most painful memory, would you do it? And what part of yourself might you lose if you did?